Hey everyone, so welcome back, and today we're going to be doing the second topic, that means the properties of carbon. It just has one student learning outcome, so I'll just quickly move into the video. Okay, it says describe the properties of carbon, tetra-valency, isomerism, and catenation. You're probably familiar with some of these. So because you probably studied chemistry before, right? Okay, but I'll still tell you. So the tetra-valency. Tetra means four, and valency means the valence electrons that it has. Carbon atom has basically four atoms in its four electrons in its outermost shell, which means it's tetravalent. So the carbon has four valence electrons in its outer shell, which allows it to form covalent bond with up to four other atoms, including other carbon atoms. This property of carbon is known as tetravalency and is responsible for the formation of many organic molecules, including the building blocks of life, such as amino acids, nucleotides, and carbohydrates. Okay, so the next property of carbon is isomerism. Isomerism is basically like you've got different structural formulas but same molecular formulas. For example, glucose and fructose. They both have like a same molecular formula, that's C6H12O6, but they've got different structural formula. And there are more examples in nature of isomerism. Like yeah, you've got butane, you've got N-butane, isobutane, and all these things. You've got pentane, isopentane, and neopentane. If you like follow my chemistry playlist, then you'll be able to understand how these things happen. So carbon has the ability to form isomers, which are molecules with the same molecular formula but different structures. That's what I said earlier. So isomers have different chemical and physical properties, making them useful in many applications. For example, glucose and fructose are isomers with the same molecular formula but different structures and properties. So the glucose and fructose both really different. It's like identical twins. Like, the identical twins have different personalities, but they're like looking the same. That's how it goes with here. But was just an example, okay? Like, you cannot use fructose for respiration, but you can use glucose. You can just convert fructose into like glucose and then use it for respiration, but that would be a different story. Then comes catenation. Catenation is the ability of carbon to form many bonds, to form chains, form rings. And carbon is tetravalent, so is silicon. But carbon's catenation property is like stronger than the silicon's catenation property. Let me show you. Let me just draw it for a while. Like this carbon atom right here can form like four different bonds, and it can link other carbons with it. It can form long chains, can form ring structures like benzenes, benzene rings. You're probably familiar with that. I'm sorry. This goes here, and then this goes here. Sorry. Maybe I just drew it wrong. I'll just draw it again. Okay, so it has six sides. One, two, three, four, five, six. And let's go to make double bonds. Okay, so this is a benzene ring. It's not like the perfect ring, but it's still benzene ring. brains. Don't judge, okay? So carbon has a unique property known as catenation, which refers to its ability to form long chains of rings of carbon atoms. This property is due to the strong covalent bonds that the carbon can form with other carbon atoms, which allow for the formation of complex organic molecules. Catenation is responsible for the diversity of organic molecules found in nature and is the basis for study of organic chemistry. Let me just erase everything. Okay. This was not all. I've got to tell you about some more related to this topic. So carbon is really important. Okay. So what I've written in here is just related to the importance of carbon. And I'm gonna read it out for you. So carbon is the basic element of organic compounds due to its unique properties. Carbon occupies a central position in the skeleton of life. Carbon is tetravalent, like we discussed earlier. It's got 4 electrons in its outermost shell. It can react with many other known elements, forming covalent bonds. The carbon atom combines with 4 atoms or radicals. The 4 bonds are arranged symmetrically in tetrahedron, like tetrahedral structure, and results to give a stable configuration. The stability associated with the tetra-valency of carbon atoms makes it a favorable element for the synthesis of complicated cellular structures. Carbon atoms can also combine, mutually forming stable branched or unbranched chains or rings. This ability of carbon is responsible for a vast variety of organic compounds, like carbon-carbon bonds form a skeleton of organic molecules. Okay, then carbon would also combine commonly with hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sodium. The combination with these and other elements contribute to the large variety of organic compounds. Carbon and hydrogen bond is the potential source of chemical energy for the cellular activities. Carbon-oxygen association in glycosidic linkages provides stability to complex carbohydrate molecules. Carbon combines with nitrogen in amino acid linkages to form peptide bonds and form proteins, which are very important due to their diversity in structure and functions. We've got so much protein inside our bodies. Like our cells have so much protein in them. The membranes are made up of protein. We've discussed in in the previous videos. And okay. Large organic molecules, macromolecules such as cellulose, fats, proteins, etc., are generally insoluble in water, hence they form structures of cells. They also serve as storage for small molecules like glucose, which in turn are responsible for providing energy to the body. We've got starch. Starch is energy-giving molecule, right? And small molecules such as glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, etc. serve either as a source of energy or as subunits to build macromolecules. Some small molecules are so unstable that they are immediately broken down to release energy, like we discussed the adenosine triphosphate. We did not discuss it, we just saw the molecule. So it's basically the energy currency of our body. Adenosine triphosphate breaks into adenosine diphosphate, ADP, to just give us energy. One phosphate atom just breaks up. Okay, such substances serve as immediate source of energy for cellular metabolism. And that, my friends, is the end of the video. Thank you so much.